Reported speech. What is reported speech? Reported speech, which is also called indirect speech, is a way of conveying what a person has said without quoting the exact words used by the speaker. For example, Karthik said, "I'm not going on the trip." You will convey this to the suitor by saying, Karthik said that he was not going on the trip. Note the grammatical difference between the original utterance and the reported utterance. Reporting statements, the reporter is generally someone other than the original speaker. The receiver of the report is likely to be different from the person who received the original message. Direct speech. Charya said, "Viranti, I need more money." Indirect report structure. Viranti to Shamali, Chitra said, reporting word, that she needs more money. Reporting clause. Reported clause. In the above example, Chitra is the original speaker. Viranti is the reporter. Shamali is the receiver of the report. But sometimes the original speaker can be the reporter as well. Ravi to Kumar, "I will not tolerate your behavior." Ravi to Nalin, "I told Kumar that I would not tolerate his behavior." Reports are given in the different place from where the original words were spoken and a later time. Several changes are made in the changing from direct to indirect speech. The effect of these changes is one of the distancing. The following changes are made when transforming direct speech to reported speech. Changes in pronoun. First and second person and third person. "I'll kill myself," he threatened. He threatened that he'd kill himself. "You're a liar," he exclaimed. He exclaimed that he was a liar. "But you're wrong, Ranil," said Geeta. Ranil reporting to Kumudu, Geeta said that I was wrong. Changes in demonstrative and adverbials. Now you have to remember this. This is becoming that. This is becoming those. Here is becoming there. Now is becoming then. Today is becoming that day. Yesterday is becoming the previous day or the day before. Tomorrow, the following day or day after. Ago is becoming before. Then changing tense. The present tense is changing into simple past. Present continuous is changing into past continuous. Present perfect, simple past, past perfect, changing into past perfect. Past continuous will be the past continuous, right? Then the past perfect continuous also, you can change it to past continuous. Present perfect continuous is changing into past perfect continuous. Will, changing it to would. Can be changed to could. May, might. Must. You can use must, had to. Now another one, ought to. You have to keep it as ought to. In direct speech, the reporting clause can come before the reported clause, after it or mid position. He asked, "What have you been up to?" "It is disease of the blood," explained the doctor. Perhaps he admitted, "It was all my fault." When the reporting clause is used in end position, the verb and the subject can be inverted. "You shouldn't have done it," with an inverted comma, said Sita. Sita said. The most commonly used reporting verb is say. However, if you want to indicate the way in which something was said, you can use the following. I will tell you the reporting verbs. Shout, mumble, mutter, cry, scream, shriek, whisper, thunder, yell. He shouted, "You are cheating." She humbled, "I'm sorry for what I did." She muttered, "It's very unfair to treat me like this." I will not tolerate this, he cried. My mother screamed. You have ruined my favorite sari. Why did you do that? She shrieked. I love you because you're you, he whispered. Who used the computer last? Thundered my father. Get out of my sight, she yelled. That clause is reported clause beginning with the conjunction that is used after a reporting verb to report a statement someone's thought, right? He said that he had enjoyed the holiday. He thought that his wife needed a holiday. Can you understand? Then we go to some common reporting verbs in front of that clause. Accept. We accepted that she had no choice but to marry him. Admit. He admitted that it was his fault. Announce. The principal announced at the sports meet that the following day was a holiday. Argue. He argued that it was wrong for teachers to go on strike. Assume. She assumed that her child was in good company. Believe. They believe that horseshoes bring luck. They believe that the horseshoe bring luck. Then the complaint. The little girl complained to the police that she was ill-treated by her stepfather. So can you understand where you should put that, right? Then feel. She felt that it was an unfair decision. Predict. He predicted that Sri Lanka would win the World Cup. Promise. Although he promised that he would marry her, he let her down. Realize. Only now did I realize that I had made a mistake in inviting Lal to the party. Recommend. I strongly recommend that she should be selected for the post of lecturer. Remark. My mother remarked that I had lost weight. So the reply, when I asked him what time it was, he replied that it was 10:30. So likewise, you have to answer. That is often omitted from that clause, but that is generally used after the reporting verb. Answer, argue, complain, explain, recommend, reply. After some reporting verbs, the hearer must be mentioned as the direct object. The commonest reporting verb is tell. She told me that she was migrating to Canada. I informed her that I could not come. Right? So in the same manner, I assured him that everything would be fine. I convinced her that she was wrong. So likewise, you can use that, right? And I assure him that everything would be fine. That's another example. So, then the other one is you have to know in some reporting verbs, if you want to mention the hearer, you do so in a prepositional phrase beginning with to. I explained to her that I had to go home early. That is like reporting imperative also is there, like order, request, a piece of advice, prohibition, right? To infinitive clauses are used to report an order, request, advice, etc. The person being addressed who is going to perform the action is mentioned as the object of the reporting verb. Now, if you take this example, Callum to Chitra, wake me up at 5. Callum, person making the request told, reporting verb Chitra, the object, the person who is going to perform the action to wake up her at 5. Reported request. Can you understand that? Callum to Chitra saying wake up at 5. Then Callum, the person making the request told, reporting verb Chitra. Object, the person who is going to perform the action, right? To wake her up at 5. That's the reported request. Now, prohibition, not to. Teacher to children, don't make a noise. Right? The teacher asked the children not to make a noise. So these are very simple things that you will be able to understand. Common reporting verbs used in front of a to infinitive clause. Request, order, etc. Like if you take an example like advice, Nimali advised a friend to consult a lawyer regarding her divorce, right? Then the ask. Someone asked his wife to iron his shirt. Command. The leader commanded the squad to march forward. Now if we take another example like instruct, the police inspector instructed the constables to patrol that area. We'll take another one, warn. That's a negative one. The villagers warned us not to bathe in that part of the river. The verb suggest cannot be followed by an infinitive. Right? Why don't you rest? Said Kumar to Ravi. Kumar suggested that Ravi should take a rest. Now if we take the reporting questions generally involves a change in the sentence structure. The original question becomes an embedded in a statement. Then the second one means verb forms are not in the interrogative. Word order is the same as it as statement. There is no question mark at the end of the reporting sentence. Example, where do you live? He asked me, or he wanted to know where I lived. How old are you? He asked me how old I was. In question where no interrogative verb is needed in direct speech, there is no change in word order. Examples like question beginning with who, whose, etc. Who took my pen? He wanted to know who had taken his pen. With ask, a direct object can be used. He asked who had taken his pen. Then with yes or no questions, that is questions beginning with helping verbs such as be, will, can, do, does, etc. The reported clause begin with if or whether. Can you sing? He asked me if, or you can use whether I could sing. He asked me whether I could sing. Right? Did you take my eraser? He wanted to know whether I had taken his eraser, or he wanted to know whether I had taken his eraser. Then it is possible to report people's verbal reaction without giving a precise words used to. Ranjit to Karim, I just can't believe that Rani behaved like that. Karim to Kirti, Ranjit was surprised at Rani's behavior. Aisha to Nimal, I am keen to go ahead with the project. Nimal to his boss, Sir Aisha confirmed her interest in the project. So I hope you will be able to understand the reported speech well. I expect you to learn it well also.
I'm Thamara. By watching this video, hope you all learned about the reported speech. Please subscribe my video channel Thamara within brackets Tammy. Any details to know, please inbox me to 07668532220. Okay, thank you.